What is going on, guys? It's Edward here, Deadly Crypto, and I got another Bitcoin price update for you today. Yesterday we talked about the bigger picture, what's going on in the daily time frame. So as I try to make this a more recurring series, I'm going to be bringing you smaller time frame updates on a day-to-day type basis. Maybe skip a day or two, but if I do, I'll retouch over the daily time frame. Since we already touched over that, we're going to be looking at smaller time frames like the 1 hour and 4 hour. So here we can see that there was a pennant formed. This is a pennant here. I will post something to my Instagram to show the types of chart patterns and formations that we have. So this is a bullish pennant or a flag here. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to start recording before it broke out, but typically what we would like to do when we trade breakouts is to wait for an event like this to occur. So whenever we can see that price is wedged in two areas, here we had the support that we mapped yesterday. Price was about right here. So price did touch our support line, came back up. Now it's facing our rejection line again. So here, if price does not break out and confirm above this, then we could be heading back again down towards this support zone. But it looks as though the bulls are pulling through right before me. We can see this candle pumping. So let's go ahead and turn on a couple indicators now. First, we'll go with relative strength index. I always like to check that one first. So it looks like we found support on the relative strength index above the 50. It's shooting back up and approaching overbought regions. So whenever the RSI is in this area here, it's considered expensive. Now that could sometimes drive FOMO to propulse over that line like we've seen here. It did once before. So it can happen. But right now we are heading towards an area of overbought or expensive. So to not confuse you, we're going to show you just a couple indicators at a time. Here we have the MACD. Now yesterday, whenever we posted our BTC update, we were about right here. We hadn't seen this bearish cross yet. So it got a little bit tangled up. As you can see, there wasn't much bearish tendencies. The price found support very strong right here. And now we have a cross. So we can actually see that this is a bullish cross right here on the 1 hour time frame. Now, as you can see that there was a cross here and cross here. So these are false signals as it got all tangled up. Now this looks like the blue will come pretty high. We'll go ahead and paint these in. With the slope that we're seeing here, it's possible that we could see this number. So these two lines right here, there's a break here. It's because I drew these lines. It's possible that we could see this number occur with the slope of the lines that we're currently given, indicating that this can continue to be a bullish cross. And we've already got one outbreak confirmation here. So now we're going to need to see a few more candlesticks confirm close out here in order to consider this a valid uptrend and this momentum confirmed outbreak. So yesterday we looked at two indicators. Let's look at one more. Now none of these indicators are right or wrong. These are just my favorite indicators to use. Here we have the ADX. So what we observed here was that the ADX showed that there was no momentum in this right here. It was losing momentum, and here at this point there is no trend direction. So now as the trend picks up and gains strength, the trend that we can observe is a downtrend, right? So the trend is beginning to lose strength here. It's not as strong of a downtrend as this is sloping very high and this has a more gradual slope, but the downtrend is still active. Now as we can see here, it really starts to lose strength and momentum. So then the downtrend starts to dissipate. And as we come to reset, looks like we have an uptrend. So now if the ADX takes off, if the ADX does something like this here, then we can expect the uptrend to continue. But if the ADX comes down here and reaches back to previous lows like this, then what we can expect is for price to face a rejection here and possibly turn around. All right, so we have two possible options here. We're going to go ahead and summarize it. Price will either face rejection here, find support along this green line, break above, test for support here, and continue its upward trajectory. Or it's possible price doesn't hold here, falls back through to a previous level of support where it will then trend sideways for a bit and either reverse back towards the top or continuous descent down towards previous levels of support. So I hope you enjoyed today's analysis. Tune back in tomorrow so we can give you an update on what we think BTC might be doing.